Hello everybody and welcome back to the second part of me reading the ACOTAR series. To keep you updated, I don't remember when the last time I talked to you was. I don't remember the exact date, I should say, but it's probably been like a week and a half since I read A Court of Mist and Fury. Today is officially February 27th. So it's probably been a while for you guys. So I started reading A Court of Wing and Fury Friday, which was February 23rd. I've only made it up to 100 pages on this. To be honest, I think I should have been halfway near finishing this book already, finished with this book, because I was supposed to start reading it last week because I had mornings, which gave me plenty of time to read maybe like 4 hours a day. But no, it didn't happen. I don't know why. I couldn't really give you an excuse. And then it's been 2 days. Today I still haven't read anything. I kind of think I am in my reading slump era again. Unfortunately, I think it's come back for me. It could be the fact that I know I have to finish the series and it's the only book I can read at the time. At this time, I mean. I have read one book, but it was a graphic novel. I picked it up at our little free library and read it in like 20 minutes. So it wasn't even something that could have really affected, I think. But yeah, I've been struggling in the fact that I haven't picked this up again. I can't really give you an explanation to why my reading slump is the way it is. Unfortunately, it's just, you know, it's a sucky thing. And it's not even that I don't want to read this book, because I will tell you how far I've gotten into it. Some stuff has gone down and I want to continue reading this, okay? So I don't know what the slump is for, if I'm gonna be honest. But to get how much I read in Wings and Ruin, pretty much Feyre is back in the Spring Court and she is like the #1 actress. She should honestly get an award for it because she's smiling and acting calm towards everybody, but inside she wants to murder everybody. You know, she has a raging heart. And also Tamlin still hasn't changed, even though he said things are gonna change. He's still an a-hole. I think the only thing is he actually lets her out this time. But that's pretty much all that's changed with Tamlin. Lucien, super sus of Feyre still. There's some parts that seems like he's not, and then there's some parts where he's like, I see through your lies. But yeah, Feyre pretty much has to keep up the rouge that she hates the Night Court and Rhys is a horrible person to like everybody, and that she's been traumatized and never wants to talk about some of the stuff that she's went through ever since. Also, I was kind of thinking the whole time, like, how is she not gonna have like sex with Tamlin anymore now that they're back together? But she's kind of been using like the fact that Rhys and her were mates as like a trauma, so she doesn't really want to touch anybody, which I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, pretty much we have some new contenders coming, but also I don't remember her name and I don't really want to look up her name right now. But whoever the priestess girl is who was a traitor and pretty much gave her sisters over to the evil people was like, oh, I'll give my excuse, like this was all, I'm so sorry and I don't want to be the bad guy and all this BS that she was spouting. And Feyre just wanted to kill her ass, and I was like, you should have just freaking killed her. But she had a plan. Feyre had a freaking plan. She was methodical in this plan. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff goes down. The new contenders were the human guy who the evil Fae King brought back, him, and like twins who are princess and prince who are cousins of the Fae King. I don't freaking know. They come too. Also, they have the same powers that I don't remember the name of that Feyre and Rhys have, that are able to like control minds / memories. So that was a pretty interesting dynamic going on between everybody. Then we also find out that the bonfire thing, I'm gonna forget names for stuff, but whatever the bonfire thing is that like Tamlin has to have sex with somebody for like the land to flourish or something. Tamlin sacrificed his best friend to the lady that he hates the most, which is the freaking priestess. So now she thinks like, oh, well, now that we have sex, it meant something. And he's like, no, you're disgusting. I want nothing to do with you. And Feyre's like, so he sacrificed his best friend for this ugly lady. And I'm like, dude, Tamlin freaking sucks. Why does he not learn from his lessons? He still sucks. Also, majority of the time, Feyre is kind of like reeling him into these like bad decisions as well. So it's like a lose-lose situation, if I'm gonna be honest. So then Feyre is also keeping in touch with Rhysand a little bit, but she doesn't want to keep communicating through the bond because it could still linger to everybody that there's still a mate bond between them, and she doesn't want anybody to get suspicious. But one of the messages that she was given through Rhys was after she got herself injured because Tamlin lost his damn temper. He lost his temper again and took it out on Feyre, but instead of her protecting herself again, she purposely didn't put up a barrier, and so she got injured. And everybody's like, yo, what the fuck did you do again? So after coming back from that, he's like, are you okay? Like, you need to come home because you're getting injured. And she's like, this was all a part of the plan. I'm okay. It's okay. And she sticks out her tongue at him through the bond. And then he sticks out his tongue at her and does other things. And you're like, oh my God, Rhysand. Like I said, Feyre has a plan. And she's trying to take down Tamlin and the priestess. So whoever were the fairies or fae who were the ones that were sacrificing themselves in the human world in order for the whole storyline to go through for Tamlin to find his mate, to break the curse. They're called something and I totally forgot, but they kind of guard the spring court. Were kind of betrayed by Tamlin because they took the priestess's words instead of their own. So they're kind of already like, we don't fuck with you at this moment, and we saw you hurt your wife, fiance, whatever the hell she is. So that was a whole crazy ride. And then towards the 100 mark where I'm at, the priestess pretty much corners Lucian and cuffs him so that she can take advantage of him. And Feyre's legit on her way to go home. She's like, yo, I'm done. My plan's gone how it should be. I'm out of here. I'm going back to my home. And then she sees this and she's like, oh shit, I gotta intervene. So she helps Lucian by using the mind control stuff on the priestess. And then the twins come out and see what she did. And then also announce that they both poisoned everybody. And then poisoned Feyre like twice the amount because she's so powerful. And they had an epic battle and pretty much kills the twins. And Feyre's like, okay, deuces. And Lucian's like, so you were gonna leave towards the night court? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I burned this place down and I'm leaving it to burn. Deuces. And he's like, take me with you. She's just like, you're gonna slow me down. He's like, take me with you, for his mate. What's her name? I can't remember her name. Is it Elaine? Oh, yeah, I think it's Elaine. I think. She's like, I guess, follow me. And they ended up going to the Autumn Court underneath in a tunnel, I guess. So right now we're in the Autumn Court. We're not home yet, which is where I want to be with our husband, you know. So a little disappointed about that. And that's where I have stopped at the 100 page mark. I'm hoping to get more read. I swear you guys, I'm trying so hard. Though I have been messing around this weekend at almost a half. And it's not, like I said, it's not because I don't want to. Especially because I've been spoiled through freaking social media. I kind of already know that Cassian and Nesta are gonna get together at some point. I don't know if it's this book or the next one. Which I kind of wish I didn't know, because I think it would have been a real surprise to me. Because I would not have expected Cassian and Nesta to get together. But that's a whole nother story. And then also I think it's the last book. I think Feyre gets pregnant and could potentially die. I know I have been spoiled hugely because I wanted to watch memes of ACOTAR on Instagram, and it decided to give me all these recommendations that spoiled me. So that's been fun. So yeah, that's really all I have to update you guys. I will try my hardest to read this, but I cannot guarantee anything, but I will try so hard. All right, so I will see you guys in the next clip. Hello everybody, today is Tuesday the 28th, and guess what? I read today. So I ended up picking up the audiobook, which has been kind of what's been fueling my reading. Like I said, I kind of get busy with desk work, so that's why I have not been able to read this week, and so the audiobook really saved me. And I am currently like 190 pages into A Court of Wings and Ruin. Yeah, 190 pages in. So we see Lucian's brothers again, because they ended up finding Feyre and Lucian in the freaking caves. Almost get caught because Feyre hasn't fully gotten her powers back, but she still is able to wield fire, I guess. Her and Lucian kind of have to go through some snow, which is like freezing, and they're having to kind of like cuddle together, even though they both don't want to, just to keep warm. And we kind of hear a few things about Feyre lying and I guess deceiving Tamlin, and Lucian kind of getting some of his answers. And once they think they finally have gotten far enough away from the brothers, they end up finding them again. And now we have another fight between Lucian, Feyre, and the brothers. We think that, or I thought that they weren't going to make it and they were going to be dragged back to the Autumn Court, which I was not going to be happy about. But luckily Cassian and what's his name? Azriel comes to save Feyre. And they leave, and she goes back to the Night Court to see Rhysand. And it's so nice. But also we find out at the same time that the sisters are not doing so good. Nesta, I feel like, has more of a shell than she did before. Obviously because of all the trauma they freaking went through. But also Elaine is doing really bad. And she's not going out. She's kind of like really depressed, and Feyre can't really do anything to help them. Also at the same time, the crew, Rhysand and the crew, are already been plotting how they're going to deal with the war, and that's just kind of where we're at right now. I did enjoy some of the steamy scenes that were in here, the little bit that we got at least. I did make my tabs, I'm just gonna point that out. But yeah, that's really all that's been happening so far. I feel like I haven't gotten that far. I'm only made it like 100 pages, which for me reading this for 4 hours, yes, I was doing some work in between, but I feel like even though I have the audiobook on 1.5 speed, because it does have like music and cast, I can't listen to it too fast because then the noise of everything is just gonna mix me up and get me confused. So I do think it's taking me a little bit more time, but I mean, it kind of looks like I've gotten a lot further, so I don't know, we'll see. I currently have classes and I wanted to update you guys before my classes start. I have 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and hopefully it gets more read tomorrow, and I will update you when I keep reading. Hello everybody, it is Monday the 4th of March. February has finally ended. We are in the first week of March, I guess, and something to tell you guys, but I finished Wings and Ruin. I don't even know how long it's been since I've last talked to you. I think there was something about talking about going into war with, what's his name, the evil king guy. I honestly have no idea exactly where that was. Also, I wanted to check because I was like, I finished the book, like how far was I? Like I had to check the last video, and I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't know what day I said that I last read it. I was at 13% like 10 days ago, 27% 5 days ago, and then 66% three days ago. So I've been like on a roll, but for whatever reason I haven't been updating you guys. I don't freaking know. So yeah, I'm already finished. A lot has happened, and I cried at work is the main thing in this freaking book. I think I had mentioned to you guys that I was spoiled a little. I'm hoping that Nesta and Cassian get their own story in the last freaking book because I need it. Like I said, I'm so sorry. I don't remember what I last left off on. The only thing that is coming to my mind right now is them getting ready for war, Feyre learning to use her wings, and Azriel like not taking it easy on her. Like, she's struggling. Like, skipping further into it, pretty much everyone has agreed that all the courts are going to have a meeting together to discuss what are they going to do about Hybern, is his name? I don't freaking know. I can't remember. And so all the courts arrive, and the last person that they were freaking waiting for was Tamlin. And Tamlin comes in with a freaking attitude and then wants to like piss everybody off and like say the most awful things to freaking Rhys and Feyre. Feyre's trying to keep it in, and just a whole mess goes on. We're introduced to new Fae High Lords and also new courts as well, which have been I guess their powers have been bestowed upon Feyre, so she's kind of also getting to know, hey, this is where my powers come from, and also at the same time revealing that she has power from each court, and people being like, I don't like that you have my power, which obviously it's the guy from the Moore's dad from the Court of Nightmares, because he always has attitude. While they're having this meeting, like, they also get attacked the same day or the next day. I don't know, some things happen, and then you kind of find out that Nesta can tell when the cauldron's coming, and also Elaine can see the future from the cauldron. So we kind of now know the sisters' powers a bit. Nesta still in a pissy mood, Elaine talking more, which is great. And then fast forward to the freaking end of this. Listen, no, I have not read a book where where favorite characters have actually died, but this was close call. Even though I knew there was a whole like 3.5 and fourth book to this series, like knowing no one's really gonna die, but also I was freaking the fuck out with Cassian and Azriel, and especially freaking, dude, I was bawling my eyes out. I was literally bawling my eyes out at work when Rhys died. I was freaking out. I'm surprised nobody noticed me bawling my eyes out, but I was silently crying to myself. And yeah, that's really it. I am currently reading A Court of Frost and Starlight. I'm page 43 already. I have been listening to the audiobook. You guys, the audiobook, the graphic audio, where Nesta was screaming for Cass, it was so freaking good. I don't mean to exaggerate or anything, like it was so freaking good. This book, oh my god. Yeah, stakes were low. You know, not everybody died, but it was a close call. My heart can handle that. This is a good entryway, I think, to fantasy and beloved characters, if I'm to be honest. Yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. I finally finished this behemoth, and it's on to the novella, which is kind of a little bit after the war and things are going on. I'm not really sure about what exactly this is going to entail. Again, I'm waiting for my Nesta and Cassian. Also, I'm waiting for the spoiler that I spoiled myself on Instagram, and what is it? A Court of Silver Flames? Yeah. So also I'm kind of like, what is going to happen in the fourth book that it has to be that thick, you know? So I don't know what to expect. I was talking with the book girlies, like talking about how I was crying. Also, Suriel dies. The Suriel dies. I was crying on that one too. I thought I was the only one, but apparently not, because the book club girlies were also like, yes, I cried too. And I'm like, but it's so sad. Like, he was so helpful. Anyways, enough rambling. Yeah, now that I'm finished with the third book, I'm on to the novella. So hopefully get this done. This is only like 200 pages, 225 pages. And then we have the behemoth that I don't even know or want to know right now how long the pages are, but I was looking at the audiobook for this and it said 6 hours, so not too bad. Probably get this read in a day, like finish in a day, so that'd be great. I'm also really behind on homework because I've been trying to catch up on these books, so I'm trying to have to choose a priority. I'm gonna see tomorrow if I can listen and also do homework at the same time, so we'll see. But yeah, anyways, that's all I have to update you guys on as of today, which is Monday. I said, just a reminder for myself, and I will update you guys next time on this one, so I'll see you later. Hello everybody, I am currently in the middle of class, so I'm gonna try to hurry because I have like 15 minutes of a break. Let me get into this. Okay, let me first explain that I've already finished A Court of Frost and Starlight. I think Monday I finished it, and today's Wednesday, and I'm like 66% into Silver Flame. I'm like almost there, so I've accomplished a lot. Let me check real quick when exactly my progress has been, because I can't remember the last time I updated you guys. I think I had finished Wings in Ruin and said I was gonna start Frost and Starlight, but let me just double check. Yeah, no, I finished it Monday. I started it Monday and finished it Monday. Okay, so then Silver Flames I did end up starting yesterday, and today's the second day, and I'm already like 66% into this book. Pretty much started Frost and Starlight, and it just picked up after the war. Kind of got like a point of view from everybody's perspective afterwards. Amaran is now trying to deal with being just a high fae and not like kind of a mystical creature trapped in a body, while also having a love life. We get to see more behind the scenes with Moore, and a little bit with Cassian. I don't think we got anything with Azriel. We did get some with Feyre as well as Reese. It was pretty cute. I enjoyed this one. It was kind of like being in the backdrop with everybody. Finally, I guess getting some alone time with everybody as you as a reader, which was really nice. I really appreciated this, I guess, filler in the book of just kind of normalcy, a slowdown before things are to pick up in Silver Flames. You guys are probably yelling to me about this, that this was going to be majority Nesta and Cassian book. Also, why do we get all of the spice that's in this book that I wish we had in Wings and Ruin? Not Wings of Ruin, Mist and Fury. Because I wanted that. I wanted this, all this, the spice stuff in this book. I needed it in Mist and Fury. Don't know why we didn't get it. We got a little bit in, I think it was it this one? Was it, do we get a little bit of spice in this one? I think they did stuff. I think we get a little bit, but I wanted this in Mist and Fury. Okay, we got a lot of spice. Also, I heard like a lot of people either like DNF this book or like absolutely did not like this book, and I'm just like, huh? Like, excuse me, like why not? Like, is it because there's more smut scenes in this one and that's why they didn't like it? Because I can understand that from being like to very vague smut in book one to like kind of there, but like not really in vague detail in the last I guess 3 books, and then it's like full on detail in this one. So I can kind of understand that, but like not interested in this book at all. I don't understand. Like, yes, Nesta was still a bitch. Like hated her in Frost and Starlight, because like what the fuck. But this one also don't like her. But of course, we're getting to understand why Nesta has been acting the way that she has. Also find out Feyre is pregnant, which I had spoiled it for myself. Did not know exactly. I knew that she was pregnant, but I did not know that there was going to be like risks with the pregnancy because it is an Illyrian baby. Because I didn't see that coming, because the image that the bone carver had gave Feyre was of a child with no wings. So I didn't really expect that. So now we're on a whole adventure trying to figure out what the hell to do with Feyre's babe, is what they call her. called it. Nesta is currently trying to, I don't know, forgive herself or something, because she kind of broke down in front of Cassian because she spilled to Feyre because everybody was trying to keep it a secret that there was a risk factor with having the baby to Feyre, and Nesta's the only one that told her, and she regretted it. So I don't know, character development. I'm also going to be kind of sad when I finish this because knowing that there's still another book to be made for this series and it hasn't even been announced yet is a little crazy to me. So yeah, that's really all I have to update you right now. It's been a lot of smut scenes. Also, you guys, the audiobook is so freaking good. Okay, so the audiobook is so freaking good. It's called Graphic Audio. In Wings and Ruin, in the war scene where Nesta was screaming to Cassian, like calling his name because something was gonna happen, and oh my god, the acting in it, oh, was so freaking good. And then this part where Nesta finally breaks down and reveals her emotions, so freaking good. Also, if you like the smut and you want to listen to it, it's also kind of really good. So kinda, so sometimes. So yeah, I keep saying so. Anyway, so yeah, that is all I have to update you. Like I said, this is the second day. I'm on 66%, which is crazy. Like I really did that. I did that, you guys. So I hope to finish Friday. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm hoping to finally finish this. I don't know what to do in my life when this ends, so that's gonna be a roller coaster. But until then, I will see you guys in the next clip. Hello everybody. So I just wanted to come in here and say that I finally finished A Court of Silver and Flames. It took me 2 days to finish this book, you guys. Today's Saturday, March 9th, but I finished this book Thursday the 7th. So literally after this last clip, the next day I finished this book. Luckily, the audiobook was on my side. Audiobooks have been really helping me with this series. So I've officially finished A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Kinda, because the last book still hasn't come out yet. So let me get into what happened afterwards, after I spoke with you guys. Pretty much, Nesta gets punished for how she acted. So after Nesta has revealed this, Rhys's pissed off, which I mean, he has every right to, but also the way he was like telling Cassian, you better get her out of here before I kill her, was a little excessive to me. It is freaking Feyre's sister, so come on. Cassian takes her away. She's kind of reserved to herself. She's not opening up. He's pissed, and so he takes her to some place that's between the Night Court and the Illyrian base camp, and just is hiking. Like legit, get your shit up, keep moving until I say so. And she doesn't say anything to him the whole time until like a few days. She finally breaks down and tells him like how she feels about everything, and he is just there to hold her, which was really sweet. And yeah, they go back to training afterwards with Emery and Gwen. Really, my whole process with this book is that this is Cass and Nesta's book. There are some background stuff that have happened that I probably didn't even mention about the whole psychotic human queen who's like old and everything, who's trying to get these 3 artifacts that have different like powers to them if you were to retrieve them. And in the process, a whole bunch of shit goes down. If you read this, you already know. But my main thought process on this was Nesta and Cassian. Dude, I know I love Rhys, but Cassian, I love him just as much. I may not be someone who likes Azriel as much as everybody else. I couldn't tell you why, but Rhys and Cassian are like my top 2. I love Cassian. I'm gonna be honest, I love that man. I also love Rhys. Can anybody get between us? I don't know. Other than Feyre and Nesta, maybe. But anyways, so something that totally caught me off guard, but I knew it the whole time, Nesta and Cassian were mates. Huh? Excuse me, what? So the whole time they're mates. I didn't freaking know. Did Nesta know? Did anybody else freaking know? Because, I mean, I knew there was something going on, or that Cassian had interest in her and she kind of with him, and I was like, are they mates? But I didn't really have that thought process until this book, because something when they were like making out, when they were making out and they had their first intercourse is all I can say, because they were doing the touchy before, but this one they went like all the way, and there was like something about like a thread, like a golden thread was connecting them or something like that, and I was like, are they mates? Like, huh? So this whole time, even when she was human, they were mates, but also like, how are you able to tell if a human is your mate? I don't freaking know. So that happened because he was talking about, I always wanted you since you were human, but that was a little bit later. I always wanted you since the first time I met you, but that was a little bit later that he said that. But I was like, oh. And I love this book. I finished this in 2 freaking days. But yeah, and then it was like the whole Nesta not trying to get with Cassian because she felt like she didn't deserve him, and he didn't really care about that, which the whole time you can't tell. But Nesta bugged the shit out of me with those ones because she wouldn't accept Cassian. Again, I understand, but still, girl, like, come on. As Cassian, that man will forgive you, like, forgave you for the whole bunch of other shit that you did to him. I do believe the like ending part felt rushed to me. The whole Nesta and the girls getting transported to the Illyrian, whatever the test is, I don't remember what the test name was, that, and then leading up to the human queen finally coming, and I'm like, so it was that easy to like kill her this whole time? Also, like, huh? To me, it just felt rushed. And then also Nesta finally accepting Cassian as a mate was a little bit rushed. And then I wish we got them, you know, in love, because this whole time it's been a push and pull with Cassian and Nesta. And now she accepts him as his mate, and then they had sex, and then that was it. It's like, okay, so there's no more flirting, or what does that mean now that they're actually together? Like, does things change? Are they closer together? But I don't know. I guess I can't say anything because we still have a freaking 5th book left that's supposed to be coming out next year, I heard. And I'm like, oh, I just binge read this whole series and I gotta wait a year for the next book to come out. What the hell? But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, you guys. I'm finished with the series. This was a whirlwind. This was my very first like series, because I haven't read a series in a while. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. The last series I probably read was Twilight. No joke. And then I read this one. So I was very reluctant to start it because it was a series, and how many books there were, because this was like almost 800 pages. This was 730 or had 751 pages to this book. I have not read this big of a book like probably ever. So for me to finish this in 2 days was insane. It did take me a while to finish A Court of Wings and Ruin, but also a whole bunch of shit happened in this book that I had to go slow, but also it was because I was beginning to go into a little bit of a reading slump. I don't know if it's just because of how long I had been reading the series. Even though this was a really good book, there was no real excuse. A little bit on top of that, I got busy at work, so I wasn't able to read this sometimes. This probably took me like a full week to actually finish this book. Also, this book made me freaking bawl my eyes out. Even though the whole time I knew this was a very low stake series, I still bawled my eyes out on this. This was traumatic, and I don't think I could ever read a book where characters actually die. I don't know what to do with my life now. Today, I just came back from book club, and I started another book, which I'm hoping that I can get into, but the beginning was kind of like, eh. So, I don't know. I'm hoping I don't get into another reading slump, but yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to function after getting into a universe, because it's just crazy, because I just keep thinking about it all the time. I was also telling my book club girls that I need to get an ACOTAR shirt. I want the one that says Bat Boys on it, and it has all 3 of the guys on there. I want it so bad. It looks so cute. And I also want to get, I guess, what is it called? Dust jacket covers for these books. They have it on Etsy, and they're specifically for paperbacks, but you have to buy the PDF and then go get it printed out. My mom told me it's like a couple cents, like 12 cents or something for each print. So we'll see. I have to look into that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me and this series. I don't know how interesting these videos have been. They're probably not very interesting at all because I didn't even get to majority of the detail. Because sometimes when I finish a book and it's been a couple days, I totally forget what the hell happened. Only the important parts, or the parts that I found important, do I remember. Because one of the girls at book club was telling me that as being the oldest sister, she really understood Nesta. And I was like, I kind of understood Nesta, but also, like, I couldn't understand because I've never, been in that kind of role as an older sister. But also, it's like she kept so much hatred towards anybody and everybody, so it's not like she was my favorite character. But then, of course, Mist and Fury, I saw a part of her that I was like, okay, I can get with this Nesta. But then she started to drift apart when we got into Frost and Starlight. And then this just made me mad at Nesta again. And then this one made me mad at Nesta again. But then also I was glad that we were able to understand where she was coming from and get how she was feeling, which was great. I was really hesitant at first, especially with a Court of Thorns and Roses, just because it was kind of basic in the premise of this. Maybe because this is a really good, I think this would be a really good beginner's fantasy, like romantasy. From the beginning, I thought that it was a little bit fast of Feyre and Tamlin getting together. And then the end kind of had you questioning Rhysand. And then A Court of Mist and Fury was the best freaking book because all this shit that was happening when Tamlin wasn't listening and Feyre was not having a good time in the Spring Court, then getting taken by Rhys and experiencing what it's like to actually be treated right, and then Rhysand pretty much admitting, hey, I've been your mate this whole time. And this is my feelings and this is how it all went. And you're like, oh my freaking god. And then A Court of Wings and Ruin just ruined me, legit. And I think there's a reason why the acronym for this is WAR. WAR, war. But this one made me bawl my eyes out again, even though I knew that this was a low stake series, fantasy series. I still cried anyways. I just think that Sarah J. Maas did a really good job of doing this, doing the series, because when you read the first book, I really want to know if this first book was just supposed to be a standalone, because it really felt like it until legit the very end, where you're just like, that's suspicious. And then you're like, well, why is there 5 books in this series? Like, what's happening? What's going on? That there needs to be 5 books in this little tiny book. So anyways, I'm rambling again. I will end this video here. I hope that you guys enjoyed reading along with me or seeing my first experience to reading ACOTAR. I have been told that now I have to read Throne of Glass series, which I only have the first 4 books to the series, and I have to read Assassin's Blade first. Am I ready to dive into this book series? No. Is it because it's majority fantasy than romance? Yes. I have heard there's like a little speck of kind of romance in between each book, and then it really is full out towards the end, which I think I can do, but I really need to find out if there's another graphic audio, because the graphic audio for the ACOTAR series was like top tier, best thing. I don't think I could ever listen to audiobooks the same if they don't have a full cast and audio or music in the background, like compositions to it. I think I'm ruined now that I listened to this audiobook. But that would be great if Throne of Glass has a graphic audiobook for it, but we'll see. I'm trying to catch up with everybody else, with my book club girls, just because they read more than me. And I'm trying to catch up because I heard that Crescent City is really good. I have the first 2 books of that, so I'm trying. But yeah, I'm going to end it here because I keep talking and I need to shut up. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.